Ta-da! How good do these look in their royal blue colourway? So today we are bringing you our first run, first impressions of the new and updated Saucony Endorphin Speed. Welcome back, I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. Hope you are all fit and well out there and training hard. Just before we dive into this video, don't forget to go and check out the review that featured the Maurten nutritional products. Reason being is there's a great giveaway running on that video. So if you've always wanted to try their products out but never got round to doing it, this is the perfect opportunity to try them out for free. So go along and watch that video, get in the mix guys, because there could be a box of Maurten goodies heading your way. So today is the day, a very exciting day, that we get to run the very much anticipated Saucony Endorphin Speed 2. Now, just a bit of backstory about the shoe. Say if you've been living in a cave on a deserted island and you haven't heard of the original Endorphin Speed. I think every reviewer, blogger, runner that I spoke to about the original Endorphin Speed just raved about this shoe. I never heard any negative feedback aimed at the original Endorphin, and I think it's just one of them running shoes that comes along now and again that is very consistent, performing at a high level for the majority of runners. This was one of my standout shoes of last year and I loved running in this shoe. It was an exciting shoe. It puts a smile on your face every time you laced it up on your foot. But let's give you a few details on the new updated model and we'll go through some of the subtle changes that have been made by Saucony. And when I say subtle, I really mean subtle. It retails in the UK for £155, so no increase in price, which is always a good thing. Weight wise, it comes in at 243 grams in a men's UK 9.5, so only a couple of grams increase when it comes to the weight of the shoe. It still runs off an 8mm offset, so we've got 35.5mm on the heel and 27.5mm under your forefoot. It is a neutral running shoe that's been designed to handle those quicker sessions throughout the week, so intervals, tempos, speed work, and it will cross over to race day to give you that go faster shoe to race in. I'm very happy to say there's been no changes made to the midsole as far as I can see, so it's still constructed using Saucony's brilliant, very bouncy, high energy returning, super durable Power Run PB compound. That's the same compound that is used in the Endorphin Pro and their new trail offering, the Endorphin Trail, and there'll be more to come about that shoe on the channel very soon. You still get that TPU plate worked into the midsole of the shoe, so you get that nice sort of spring or pop on toe off. But because that plate is made of nylon, you've still got a good level of flex at the midfoot of the shoe. So not as stiff as, say, a carbon plated race day shoe. I think it's that feature that makes the Endorphin Speed model one of the most versatile performance shoes on the market. You still get that great geometry in the midsole, or as Saucony like to call it, their speed roll technology. This was a feature again that I thought worked really well in the original shoe. It really felt like it was sort of giving you assistance as you made your way through to toe off. And then when you up the speed, up the tempo, it definitely made running quicker feel very efficient. So the subtle changes come when we talk about the upper. The shoe still carries Saucony's form-fit construction, which is there to give you that sort of tailored fit, really good midfoot hold, so there's no sort of lateral slippage in the shoe when you're moving at speed. Saucony have used a new lightweight engineered mesh fabric on the upper, but in keeping with the original shoe, we've still got lots of perforations worked into that fabric to allow airflow to stop any uncomfortable heat buildup. We've got a few little attention to details added to that upper, so we've got a nice little pull tab on the heel and a pull tab on the tongue. Speaking of the tongue, it's still gusseted in the shoe, but it has been slightly redesigned, I think, so slightly longer in length. and it's just carrying a little bit more padding when you compare it to the original version of the shoe. And last but not least, the outsole of the shoe remains the same, so you can see it's still clad in those high wear areas in Saucony's XT900 rubber, so offering good levels of durability but also good levels of traction on a wide range of different surfaces. So there you have it, not many changes made to the updated Endorphin Speed 2. I personally think that's a great thing because, like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this is a first run, first impressions video, so let's get these on our feet, let's get them laced up, and let's get outside and have some fun.
Well, all I can say is it is great to be back in the Endorphin Speed. We've been super busy at the channel reviewing trail running shoes and lots of other bits and pieces. I haven't run in any of my sort of quick racy shoes for a long time. So I haven't run in the original Endorphin, the Meta Speed Sky or the Vaporfly X% 2 for ages. And you forget how good these shoes are to run in and how exciting they are to run in. So the plan is to do sort of 10K in distance. We're going to try and do a couple of quicker reps within the session, although it is early this morning and I'm not that great at running quickly early in the morning. It takes me a whole day to warm up. I also had my first vaccine injection at the end of last week, so I'm not sure if I'm feeling a little bit groggy or not, but we'll try and get some speed into the shoe. It's the Endorphin Speed after all, so we've got to give it a push, see how it runs, see how it compares to that original Endorphin Speed out on the road. So when Saucony said it's had a subtle update when it comes to the Endorphin Speed 2, if I'm totally honest, and no one had told me, I'd have said rather than an update, this is just a colourway change, because it pretty much feels identical to that original Endorphin Speed. And don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. I'm sure there's lots of original Endorphin Speed runners taking a big sigh of relief to hear that, because it was such a popular shoe, such a great shoe to run in. We were all a bit fearful that they were going to change it and ruin it. That is definitely not the case. The shoe still feels super efficient. That speed roll is brilliant. The compound in that midsole, again, I'm bouncing along with very little effort. So far so good. We're 2.5 miles into the run. The body and the lungs are starting to loosen up a bit. So as we get a bit further on, we'll start to up the tempo a bit, push on a bit and see how this shoe handles speed. So we are 3.5 miles into the run, definitely starting to feel a bit more with it now. I'm really not great running first thing in the morning. The body definitely takes some time to warm up. We've just been bobbing along at the moment at sort of 7:45, 8-minute miling, just to get everything loose. But now we're going to progressively up the tempo over the next couple of miles. So this is more like it. We've upped the pace to about 6 20-minute miling. And this is where this shoe loves to be. That awesome TPU plate. And then you've got that awesome speed roll geometry in that midsole. It just feels effortless when you're running quicker in the shoe. You've got to love this shoe, man. It is so exciting to be back out running in the Endorphin Speed. Right, let's keep pushing on. And let's keep upping that tempo. Ooh. Well, that was an enjoyable 2 miles, and I am happy to report to every one of you at home, this shoe still feels wicked to run in. It's felt great at them lower tempos, 8-minute miling, just comfortable bouncing along. That's what I love about this shoe. It is so versatile. And then when I up the tempo in them last 2 miles, it just comes to life, man. Midsole, plate, everything still feels awesome. A lot of that efficiency and economy at pace comes to that speed roll technology, which I love in the shoe. And I think there has been some subtle tweaks made to the upper, and it feels super plush wrapped around my foot. I think the tongue slightly more padded than in the original shoe, but not a lot I can tell different in the shoe, if I'm honest. So we've done over 5 miles already, so I got a bit carried away in this beautiful sunny morning. We're gonna head home, head back to the flat. We'll give you a few more details on those changes, a few more details about how I felt running in the shoe. So let's head home, and we'll see you there.
Running early in the morning is always a bit of a struggle for me, but I never regret it once I'm back. After them first sort of 10 minutes or so, once everything's kind of woken up, I really love being out there running early in the morning, especially when we have a stunning morning like we did today. It's definitely great to say that the Endorphin Speed is still a great running shoe. Even after those subtle tweaks that have been made by Saucony, this is still a brilliant performing shoe. Obviously, having that same midsole construction, the shoe still felt very responsive, very comfortable and super efficient underfoot. Then having that same speed roll technology just makes running and running fast feel very easy, as it did in the original Endorphin. And then to finish that midsole off, that TPU plate, I personally think it gives you that perfect balance between propulsion and flexibility. Comparing the upper on the original shoe to the updated version, and maybe I noticed a slight difference in feel and performance. I'm not sure whether it's just because this is a brand new shoe and it had no miles in it, but maybe that redesigned tongue having a little bit more padding, being a little thicker in construction, just worked a bit better for my foot shape. So I found that I didn't have to pull the laces down as tight as I had to in the original shoe, just to get that nice hold and lockdown around my midfoot. Not that I had any issues with the feel and fit of the original shoe when it came to the upper. I really loved the feel of that shoe wrapped around my foot. But in general, a great feeling shoe when it comes to the Endorphin Speed 2. Really well fitted, really comfortable, really well locked down around that midfoot and in the heel. Having them perforations, the toe box felt nice and airy, nice and roomy, and it really gave me that kind of no shoe feel, which I love in a performance running shoe. So all in all the features that I loved about the original shoe are kind of carried over into the updated and maybe just slightly improved. Now, there might be some people out there that think this is a lazy update from Saucony, but I personally think the complete opposite. I think it's great that a brand has realised they've got a top performing running shoe that lots of us runners have really enjoyed running in, so they haven't risked making any big changes that could upset the performance. But I suppose the question is if you've got a pair of the original Endorphins and they've still got plenty of miles in them, is it worth changing over and updating to the Endorphin Speed 2? And I personally think it probably isn't. If you've got miles left in your original shoes, the performance is very similar. You're not going to notice a massive difference. So I would keep running that shoe, and obviously once you've run it into the ground, because it's a great shoe and you love running in it, then it's definitely worth updating to the new version. If you've loved that original Endorphin Speed, you are going to really get on with the new version of the shoe, that's for sure. And obviously, if you've never run in the Endorphin Speed before and you are looking for that performance shoe, that shoe that's going to get you through all your quicker sessions throughout the week, the speed work, intervals, tempo runs, and it's going to cross over to a really top performing, very comfortable race day shoe for any distance, to be fair, because it's so versatile, then you really have to check out Saucony's new Endorphin Speed 2. I think for the £155 price point, it's actually really good value. It holds up when it comes to performance compared to a lot of the much more expensive shoes, but you've also got a shoe that will cross over to your training. So definitely worth checking out the new updated Endorphin Speed 2. So that is a wrap on another first run, first impressions video at the channel. Really hope you enjoyed it, guys. Really hope you found it helpful. Obviously, we're going to continue to put miles in these bad boys, and we'll be back at Run4Adventure with our full in-depth review very, very soon. I've left links below, guys. If you want to find out any more information about the Endorphin Speed or about Saucony as a running brand, please click that link and do so. And get in the comments, get involved. Did you run in that original Endorphin? Did you love the performance of that shoe? And have you updated to the new version? Do you feel any difference in feel, fit and performance? let us know in the comments below. If you're enjoying the content we're producing at Run4Adventure, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It only takes a second to do and it is completely free. But don't forget to hit that bell icon as well so you'll be notified when we upload any new content. We've got exciting running shoes and awesome running accessories arriving daily at Run4Adventure. So we've got lots to come over the coming weeks. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. It's always appreciated. We will see you back here very soon. And as always, stay safe and keep on running.